Message Talk Show is back again, back. Find the links on Master the Message with Alex Links on the Message Talk Show on Facebook.
Welcome again to Thursday morning with Alex Gordon on the Message Talk Show. You know, Thursday, what do you do on a Thursday? So on a Thursday, 11 o'clock, tune into the Message Talk Show. And if you don't make it live, there is the replay with the Message Talk Show at your host, Alex Gordon. So, hey, I'm ready. Are you ready, Dawn?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Well, hey, you know, listen to the news yesterday, last night, this week, and it somehow puts what do you call doom in the air again. People are speaking, they're getting frustrated about what's happening around them, or about what the government is saying, about, you know, everything that's going on. It is so depressing. But I'm saying to people today, no, like, let's start a new conversation. Let's have a conversation. Stay in your homes and have a conversation about what you're going to do and about what you are doing to change your life and change your world and change your community. Do you agree with that, Dawn?
Yes, I agree. There's so much that can be done even when you're in lockdown. People really should not despair. You know, there's a whole world in front of you, and you can create a new world even within your home.
You can create a new world even within your home. You don't have to leave your home to create that world. That is amazing. That is amazing. So today we're talking about Black economics. Black economics has existed for a number of years now. It's been around a long time. It's nothing that's new. But when I talk about Black economics in the framework of the United Kingdom, I'm going back to Windrush every time to think when our parents first came into this country and they lobbied together to do different things. They came together to live together, to build homes, to create homes for their families. And so Black economics has been around. But Dawn, what does Black economics mean for you?
Well, Black economics is really about what Black people bring to the table. Our talents, our hard work, our diligence, the fact that we have been using what God has given us to build up a nation and to build up our families. Sometimes that is not appreciated, however. And one of the things that I looked at when I started Black economics way back, by the way, in 2005, was the fact that we, regardless of how hard we work and what talents we have, we seem to be in this cycle where we're not growing. We're always still at the bottom of the list. And it struck me around the time of Hurricane Katrina, when our TV screens in the UK were filled with what was happening in New Orleans, where there appeared to be a lot of Black people who were said to be, they were in the ghetto, they were not rich enough to afford a car, they could not get out when the warning came out, so they were all stuck in this stadium. And for 2 weeks, we had wall-to-wall coverage of that. And I must say that most of the world were quite shocked because we had assumed that American Blacks were actually doing fairly well. So we were surprised to find out there was a lot of Black people in America that in fact are not doing very well at all. And that seems to be hidden in some way from the world. Also in 2005, there were riots in the UK. And these riots were started because of an incident that happened in a shop that sells Black hair and beauty products. Now, this shop was Asian-owned. And this is a phenomenon throughout the UK where the majority of the shops that sell Black hair and beauty products are owned by Asians. And, you know, we go in and we spend our money, we happily hand over our pounds and pence, and we're making quite a number of Asian families rich, which in itself is not wrong. And you've got to give kudos to them because they've seen an opportunity and they thought, okay, yeah, we can provide this. And for many people, if it wasn't for these Asian families who did this, you would not have products for your hair or for our skin in particular. So there was an incident, and this was reported in Birmingham, and it started riots around the UK. It started in Birmingham and it also went elsewhere, went to London and other major cities. So there was a debate going on online about shouldn't we own our own black hair and beauty shops? Because when we go into some of those shops, some of us are followed, some of us aren't trusted. And, you know, it'd be nice to keep some of that money in our community and make some more of our families rich. So that debate went on online. But to be fair, we were now in 2020 and nothing much has changed. You know, not a lot of us, we talk, but we're not going out to set up those shops. And we've got to thank the Asian community because they've even started to provide a lot of the food that we like. You know, the supermarkets were really slow to move on that, and the Asian shops are doing that. So, you know, there is an issue there in terms of the fact that there are a lot of products that we need that we can't find in the mainstream shops, but we aren't providing those shops. Other people are providing those shops, and we're handing our money over. The third thing that happened in 2005, which is where the name came from. I went to a Black Run exhibition, and there was a bookshop there run by Pepe Kai, a man in North London. He has a giant black bookshop, by the way, in Tottenham. You look him up. I found this book on his shelf in the exhibition. It was called Black Economics. I read the book, and I was struck by the fact that everything in that book was everything I'd been thinking about and been talking to other people about for years. And here it was all there in print. So I decided to set up the website, Black Economics. And we, in fact, had the author of that book, Jawanza Kunjufu, come to our first conference in the UK in 2012. He came to talk and to motivate us. And he went down a storm at the conference. The book is still available for sale, by the way. You know, I don't mind plugging his book at all. It's available for sale on Amazon. And there's an interesting picture on the front cover. The cover has a black man standing in front of his shop, and he's got a sign in the window saying closing down. And then in front of him, there are loads of black hands giving out money, but they're giving it to hands from other races. So they're giving it to white hands, they're giving it to Asian hands, you know, and Mr. Brown's black-owned business is closing down. And that really concerned me. So I said, okay, with this website that I'm setting up, it's going to be news about black-owned businesses and corporate success from black individuals, but we'll also have a black-owned business directory. So we did that, and the directory has grown. We have now put the directory into an app, which launched in July this year, called blackbizapp.net. So anybody can access it, and you can access it from your laptop, from your phone, any type of phone. And we list black-owned businesses on it for free. So we are busy adding new businesses on it, probably about 200 or so per week. And they're businesses that you can find here in the US, Canada, Nigeria, and Jamaica. There will be other countries added. But as you can understand, it's quite a lot of work because we put the business, we put some information about the business, and we put a picture to illustrate the business. And we also link to their website. So at the moment, we only do businesses that either have a website or an Instagram link or somewhere that shows where they sell their products. And I know there's still a lot of black-owned businesses out there without a website, without a web presence. And I had someone said to me the other day, I've had my business for 20 years. Why do I need a website? Well, you know, in 2020, you need to be online to show that you exist. It's not enough to have a phone number. People just call, you know.
It's not enough to have a phone number for people to call. It's no time for delay. Just make it happen. Folks, I just want to thank you for tuning into the Message Talk Show today with Dawn Grant. It's been amazing. It's been amazing having you with me today. And I'm telling you, I've been so excited about this show. I've been so excited that, you know, I'm thinking, man, Dawn, I have to get you back on this show at some point. I have to pre-book you now because you're going to be so busy. But you're going to be so busy. But hey, these things happen to people when you push through. I remember the first event that Dawn invited me to when she launched Black Economics in 2012.
2012, we had our first conference.
Yeah. the first conference. I remember that day now. I stood up there talking and people coming in, people opening their eyes, opening their minds. And this lady stuck at it. She kept it going. She made it happen. And she believes with all her heart that something needs to be created from us to touch the world. And this is it. This is it. Your contribution, guys, your contribution matters. Your contribution is valid. Your contribution must happen before you leave this earth, because that's the reason you were sent here, guys. So thank you for tuning into the Message Talk Show. And I will see you again next week, 11 o'clock. It's the only show that you listen to. It's the only show that you listen to on a Thursday morning. So thank you. This is the Message Talk Show, tuning out. Miss the show. You got to be on the show.